Today, I want to speak to you about something that sounds very small but can determine whether you succeed or fail in this life. It is not money. It is not luck. It is not even talent. It is focus. The ability to train your mind to concentrate like a laser beam on what matters most. You see, in this modern world, the biggest enemy is not poverty. It is not failure. It is distraction. People don't fail because they are not smart. They fail because they cannot stay focused. They jump like grasshoppers from one idea to another, one job to another, one dream to another. And when you live like a grasshopper, don't expect to eat like a lion. Let me tell you the truth. Your mind is like a monkey. Every morning when you wake up, the monkey wakes up before you. It jumps from one thought to another, one notification to another, one worry to another. The monkey is very energetic. It never gets tired. And if you don't train this monkey, it will run your life and probably run it into a ditch. So how do we train this monkey? How do we train the mind to focus? Let me share with you lessons I have learned, both from my personal journey and from watching thousands of entrepreneurs, workers, and students around the world. When I started Alibaba, I was not the smartest man in the room. In fact, I was probably the dumbest. My English was broken, my technology knowledge was zero, and my background was nothing fancy. If you had compared me with my friends, you would have bet against me. But what I had was focus. I knew exactly what I wanted to help small businesses in China grow using the internet. That was the only thing I thought about, dreamed about, talked about, and worked on. Meanwhile, many of my friends were very intelligent, but their intelligence was scattered. Today, they wanted to do trading. Tomorrow, they wanted to build a school. Next week, they wanted to sell noodles. Smart people with no focus often end up working for focused people who are less smart. Remember this, intelligence is like a sword. Focus is like the hand that holds it. Without a steady hand, the sword will cut you instead of the enemy. So don't worry if you are not the smartest person. Be the most focused person. That will take you further than IQ ever can. Have you ever sat down to work and after 30 minutes realized you have spent the entire time watching cat videos? Or you open your phone to reply to one message and before you know it, you are scrolling 3 hours on social media looking at people you don't even like? My friend, you are not alone. Are not. The world today is designed to steal your focus. Companies spend billions of dollars hiring psychologists, engineers, and marketers to capture your attention. Your phone is not a phone, it is a thief. Every beep, every buzz, every notification is stealing your life 1 second at a time. When people say time is money, they are wrong. Time plus focus is money. Time without focus is just wasted potential. That is why, if you want to be successful, you must learn to say no. Say no to distractions, no to gossip, no to useless arguments, no to shiny but empty opportunity. Focus is not only about saying yes to what matters, it is about saying no to what doesn't. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine a chicken in a crowded market. It is never still. It turns its head left, then right, scratching here, pecking there. One moment it chases a tiny grain of corn. The next moment it runs after a small crumb that someone dropped. It flaps its wings, makes noise, and gives the impression of being very busy. But if you watch carefully, you'll notice that all its energy is scattered. It is always moving, but it rarely achieves anything significant. By evening, the chicken is exhausted, but it has achieved nothing beyond surviving the day. Sadly, that is how many people live. They fill their calendars, their phones buzz every minute, they run from one idea to another, but at the end of the day, they are tired yet empty. Busy does not equal productive. Now compare that to a lion. The lion can sit silently in the tall grass for hours. It doesn't waste time chasing butterflies or running after insects. It doesn't panic when small animals pass by. The lion is calm, deliberate, patient. Its eyes are locked on one goal, the prey. And when the moment is right, the lion doesn't hesitate. It explodes with power, speed, and precision. One jump, one strike, and the job is done. The lion does not need to chase every opportunity because it knows the value of conserving its energy for the right one. In life, you must choose. Will you live like a chicken, endlessly distracted, busy but unfocused, or like a lion, patient, calm, and purposeful? Remember, the lion may wait longer, but when it moves, it eats well. The chicken may look busy, but at the end of the day, it is often someone else's dinner. Now you may be thinking, Jack, this is great, but how do I actually do it? Don't worry, I will give you some practical steps. Step 1, have a clear goal. Focus begins with clarity. If you don't know what you want, your mind will chase everything. It's like going to the market with no shopping list. You end up buying useless things and forgetting the important ones. Write down your top 3 goals in life. Not 50, not 20, just 3. And every day, make sure your actions move you closer to these 3 goals. Step 2, kill the noise. Silence is your friend. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Put your phone away when you work. Create a space where your mind can breathe. Don't let noise control your brain. When you remove noise, you create music. Step 3, practice daily focus training. Focus is like a muscle. The more you train, the stronger it becomes. Start with small exercises. Work for 25 minutes without looking at your phone, then take a 5-minute break. Slowly increase this. Over time, your brain will learn how to stay on track. Step 4, protect your energy. You cannot focus if you are tired, hungry, or emotionally drained. Sleep well, eat well, exercise, and surround yourself with positive people. Focus is not just mental. It is also physical and emotional. Step 5, learn the power of one thing. Multitasking is a lie. You think you are doing many things, but actually you are doing many things badly. Success comes from doing one thing with excellence, not 10 things with mediocrity. When I was a young English teacher in Hangzhou, I once thought I was being clever by multitasking. I tried to cook noodles, mark my students' papers, and practice my English listening at the same time. I imagined myself as some kind of productivity genius, 3 birds with 1 stone. But what happened? The noodles burned until the whole kitchen smelled like smoke. The exam papers ended up with sauce stains so red the students thought I had given them an A in ketchup. And my English listening did not improve at all because all I heard was the fire alarm ringing. That day I realized a painful but valuable lesson, Jack. You are not Superman. You cannot cook great and study at the same time. Even Superman, if he existed, would struggle to fry noodles while reading Shakespeare. From that moment, I decided one thing at a time, but do it well. Another story. Once in Alibaba's early days, I noticed one of my employees was always late submitting his reports. I called him and asked why. He looked embarrassed and said, "Boss, I was working on it, but then I got distracted by a YouTube video about productivity hacks." I laughed and told him, "My friend, that's like reading a book on how to swim while you are drowning in the pool. You don't need more theories, you need action." We laugh at these examples, but they carry truth. Many people waste so much time learning how to focus that they never actually focus. They watch 10 videos on discipline instead of practicing discipline. They read 5 books on concentration instead of concentrating. My advice? Spend 10% of your time learning, but 90% of your time doing. That, my friend, is real focus. One of the greatest lessons I learned is that focus is not just about hours. It is about years. Many people can focus for a week, a month, maybe even a year. But true success requires focus for a decade or more. Alibaba took us more than 10 years to build into something strong. Many people gave up along the way because they were impatient. They wanted quick money, quick fame, quick results. But if you keep jumping from one thing to another, you will always be starting and never finishing. Think about bamboo. When you plant bamboo, nothing grows for 5 years. You water it, fertilize it, care for it, but nothing seems to happen. Then, suddenly, in the 6th year, it shoots up 30 meters in just a few weeks. That is the power of long-term focus. Many of you are in your 5 years of nothing. You're working hard, but you don't see results yet. Don't give up. Focus. Keep watering. Your bamboo moment is coming. Finally, let me tell you something many people don't realize. Focus is not only about success. It is about peace. When your mind is scattered, you feel anxious, restless, and tired. But when your mind is focused, you feel calm, centered, and powerful. That is why monks meditate, athletes visualize, musicians practice scales for hours. They are training focus. Focus is the bridge between chaos and clarity. When you train your mind to focus, you don't just become richer, you become happier. My friends, success is not really about doing more. It is about doing less, but doing it with precision, intention, and focus. Many people believe that the busier they are, the closer they are to success. But let me tell you, being busy and being productive are not the same thing. A chicken is always busy running, pecking, flapping its wings, making noise, but at the end of the day, it achieves very little. On the other hand, a lion may appear calm, almost lazy, but when the right moment comes, it moves with purpose, strength, and accuracy. The lion achieves with one strike what the chicken cannot achieve with a whole day of noise. That is why I encourage you, don't live like a chicken, live like a lion. Don't scatter your energy on things that don't matter. Don't allow distractions, gossip, or the opinions of others to pull you in 10 different directions. Instead, conserve your strength, guard your attention, and channel it into the goals that matter most to you. Train your mind every day. Just as you protect your wallet from thieves, protect your focus from the distractions that try to steal it. Because in the end, focus is far more valuable than money. Money loss can always be made again, but once you lose your focus, you lose time, and time never comes back. So starting today, make a commitment to yourself. Eliminate what wastes your energy. Set goals so clear that your mind becomes like a laser, cutting through all the noise, and pursue those goals with the patience and power of a lion. If you can do this, nothing, not failure, not poverty, not even bad luck can stop you. Remember this always, the future does not belong to the smartest or the luckiest. It belongs to the most focused. Thank you. And may your mind become as sharp as a laser and as strong as a lion's roar.